always need to like replace some small things, because you'll never know like after 20 years what sensors will stop
Imagine being able
working.
to
So
build an
they will just stop working independently of the mileage of the car. So it's just like there is the time that some components are deteriorating, and that's it. So you can't do anything with this, and you can't like even like estimate when the part will be broken.
Yeah, this is. Hopefully, the plastic, everything inside is like a bit more preserved. I just. At least the plastic on the seats is busted and some things here and there, but I don't know. Send you a link.
Yeah, joining. I was trying to do like the donut challenge. I've sent a video in the coaching chat.
Oh, really? I need to.
Yeah.
I think I saw something. I need to check it real quick. Give me just a moment. Let's do. One moment, Tony. I'm in the server.
Yep.
So. Right. Let me move this here. Okay. Doing good. Ah, Dylan. Hi, Dylan. Let me log into here. Boom. Let me move to spectate Tony. What he's doing. Just need to lower the engine a little bit. Boom. There you go. Alrighty. So. Let me grab this microphone here. I don't know, it's always on winter times that my nose gets stuffed pretty bad. Can't even breathe. Let's see. Oh, this is looking way better than before, Tony. I think you've practiced a lot.
Yeah, I've sent like the donut challenge that I was like doing for 3 minutes.
Let me see. I'm gonna check it real quick. Let's see. Give me just a moment. Oh, I see you doing the... We could pretty much use the... let me see the skid marks. Okay, you widened it up afterwards, but you went tight. Usually the mistake that happens is that when people go wide on one side, they tend to turn a little bit early and go tight on the other side. Or they lose the circle. So that's where I think we're gonna be working now. today on this. Just I need to watch you drive, but I'm watching this video at the moment to see. Not too bad. So all right, let's see. Let's see where you at now. Obviously, you need to warm up, so no pressure, bro.
Yeah.
I'm still in glue. Oh my days, my hands are in glue. Jesus Christ. At least this one is like easy removable. But what you told me was not very encouraging. It's actually very sad. You
You
know.
need to learn on the mistakes of other people, not on your mistakes.
Yes, but look. I'm this stupid guy. I'm dumb as fuck. I always need to like make the fuckery myself. That's the problem. I don't know why I always do it. I decide to almost like not be smart. I really like the car on the outside, but if it starts falling apart on the inside, now that's a big trouble. Cause like these people,
The worst part, like when you'll understand that you've spent money for nothing is when you'll drive like a new car. So, for example, I drove like a new Mercedes CLE. So the one with the turbo compressor, and I mean like comparing to an old Mercedes is just like a spaceship, and it doesn't, so it will cost the same amount of money as like fully rebuilding like an old Mercedes, but these are just two different cars, so you
yeah,
can't even compare like the old one with the new one. So that's the sad point. So it is better to take like leasing for a new vehicle, and then in the end you'll pay the same amount like on full rebuild of the old one. But I mean, you should just go to a test drive and drive a new Mercedes, so it will not cost you like anything, but you'll see the difference. And
I just you know what's the deal is just I wanted old car, but yeah, what I see now is just not very encouraging. Like this really just kills your mood, bro. Like things inside falling apart. At least the electronics work, but like if this goes down, like you're fucked. I think pretty
yeah,
much.
and also a bad thing is that you can't go anywhere like on a long distance. For example, like you can drive 2-3 thousand kilometers without a problem. Like if you just want to do like a trip in Europe, like to Spain, for example, you just can't do this because you're not sure that the car will simply stop, and for example the alternator will stop working, and there's always a risk of like that something will fall apart.
Yeah, you don't want to be left on the road or stranded. So
Yeah, because I've seen like a lot of like cases, and also like with my BMW. So even though it's 2007, still like sometimes driving like 300-500 kilometers, it's already a risk that something will happen. While like with the driving with a new car, I can just drive like 2,000 kilometers, 5,000 kilometers, just changing the oil, and you're like 100% sure that it will still like work anywhere without doing any like troubles.
uh, what can I say? I've taken the I took on the initiative to try and fix it, and so because I really like it, but I don't know. I'll see where it will go. So
I mean, like just learn on the mistakes of others. Yes. I've spent like way more than 10,000 euros for fixing the old BMW. But it's still like, if I will want to sell it now, it will still cost like 5 grand, and
No, they go.
it's not like fully reliable. And at the same price level, I was able to buy like much fresher like BMW that will not have a lot of problems.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I think you get to an age where you don't want to. It's just the constant problems tire you up. Slowly but surely, they chip you away, and it gets to a point where you just don't want to do it anymore. I think this is what happens. Because it's just I go to one service to another service to this place to that place, and it's I just want to drive and enjoy, not just go to fucking repair shops always and stuff. It's what can I say? But yes, Grim is saying, "Hi, what is this about?" Coaching, brother. Hope you need to turn a little bit early because you see it washed you out. There's like a moment, Tony. There will be a moment where you have to correct. Like now, good decision, but you gotta keep making that big turn. Car straightening you out any moment, non-stop wants to straighten you out. You gotta keep that big angle. And now you get into the doom cycle. I'll give you one advice. If you want to beat this, what you want to do is actually use less power so that the car is not gonna you have to steer a lot more, but it's way safer. You're not gonna get screwed over. So what I would say is 70 75, and you just steer yourself like a maniac there through the small donut, and you will notice it's way harder to over rotate, but you gotta find the balance. If you don't if you can find the balance, no matter how much gas you use, it's not gonna be really in your favor. I mean, using 80 is again a benefit, but you gotta find the balance. How much steering, like how much throw. Yes, Grim. I'll check the chat from time to time, but I'm not gonna fully focus on the chat because it's paid sessions. But what you're watching in a nutshell is like people learning advanced level of control over the car that translates to anything else. So we teach from beginning to top level. Of course, to whoever is like dedicated. Steer a bit. Look, don't steer continuously. Here you want to measure more because you see, you want to measure, go to the turning zone, poke 1, 2, 3. Don't wanna go too much because you go
And
deep.
the biggest problem with the small donut is that I can't see like where my front tires are placed,
You don't
and I
need to.
just can't and I just can't see like I'm using like the left bottom of the window to be like pointing at the center of the donut. So that's the visual point that I'm using right now.
Use the front left, the left of the front of the hood itself, and make sure the hood of the car is like halfway or a little bit halfway covering the donut, and don't and make sure that the left side of the car doesn't point to the center or is like close to the center but not fully to the center. So in order for me to explain this, maybe I need to put the roof cam. Oh crap, what did I press? Give me a second. So try to do the donut again. We're gonna get like the snipping tool, boom, so I can take a shot when appropriate. Oh,
No.
it's too much. All right. Go slowly. Good. This is the angle and the distance you want to keep now. Just remember what we said. Use the visuals. So I want you to use. Let me share something. So share screen so you can see right the same time. If you can drive the car next to the circle and like we're gonna mimic the same angle. High alpha. So here's what we're gonna do now. Just but okay, reverse now with straight wheel. Yes, this should do the work. Oh, stop. Okay, now let me stop here. Okay, let's see. So now, if you want, you could even point the tires to the right. Just pretend that you are like sideways. So now, do you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about this. So I think I'll need our magical pen. Now, this is we're gonna. Oh, this is the first time I draw a good line, acceptable line. Okay, so now you see the black line.
Yep.
Okay, this is the direction your car is looking. And this is the black line. This is the center. What I would want from you is you either keep this angle as low, but this is still pushing you too much out. You need a little bit more angle. That means if you're gonna use low throttle, low power, the low power will keep you in this shallow angle. And you know if we use less throttle, you're gonna use more steering to compensate to get the angle you want. You gotta keep the car constantly turning. So what you're gonna do is the following. You're gonna use low throttle so you can make it a bit easier for yourself. And you wanna okay, let's start with the visuals. We're gonna talk about the inputs a bit later. This is what you have now. This gets you in trouble. Why? Because the car looks more towards the outside of the donut instead of the inside of the donut. That means the car is pulling you out. So what we're gonna do now instead is the following. I would want you to have this much of an angle. So basically, instead of this part of the car, you see this edge of the hood of the car pointing this direction. I would want it to point this direction, close to the center of like, just think of like we split this as a pizza, close to the center, but not exactly. Because if you get the car, maybe even the BMW icon to look straight to the middle, that means you're in a massive angle. The bigger the angle, the more it slows you down. That's not necessarily bad because you could stay absolutely on the, the edge of this circle, but the chances of you stepping with the tire on the circle is very high, which will lead to a big mistake. And you have to start to fight the car again for control because you know what happens when this is actually, that this is actually like a curb. It's actually higher than a curb, I believe. It's gonna lift you up, and then you're on 3 tires, and then you spin out. So what you want to do instead is just make sure that you have the correct angle. So
And for doing the correct angle, I need to increase the throttle to 80.
So you can use multiple options. Now, let me, if I can get inside. Come on. Ah, finally. Now, I would say this angle is good, but you can definitely get a little bit more. So we want to get this to look to this, so it's gonna be a bit higher. You don't only increase the angle with just throttle. You can steer the car by constantly steering the car. You compensate with steer. You gotta pick what tool you want. Now you have two options. You increase the base throttle that you will hold because you're on the steering challenge at the moment, or you're gonna keep the base a little bit low, but you're gonna use the steering tool way more. So you gotta pick which tool. Remember, everything's about balance. You gotta pick
Okay.
which tool you wanna use more than the other. So as we keep the throttle as a constant, the goal of this is to learn to steer. So I would say don't try to use the throttle to your advantage to basically lose as much grip and push the back out. Learn to steer the car. This will help you way later. You learn the steering, then like you've killed it. Yes, there's a lot more things that will give you absolute nightmare and cancer later on, but the point is that if you learn to steer, modulations are way easier and crazy easier compared to just learning the steering, because steering will be half the job. Then you have to do just a little bit of modulations to add up to rotation and things like this that we discussed. So
Yeah, but I have a question about the
yes,
front wheel. So from the front person view, I just can't feel like where the front tire is placed and
okay.
when it will like
Can you
go.
share screen? I will. We're gonna check.
Yeah.
We're gonna see. So no worries. Guim is saying, I just realized who you are. I've watched your videos about different techniques. Yes, brother. I wanna
Do you see the
continue.
screen?
Yes. Give me a second. I want to continue very soon. Hopefully, I'll continue the. There's How to Drift Journey series that teach you this kind of advanced level of control and stuff. I want to continue them, but life is burning me out for now. But very soon, I believe I'll get back to stuff. So, let's see. Okay, I see the problem. So, I would suggest that you lift the camera up a little bit more, even. How tall are you in real life, Tony?
Uh, 1 meter 93 centimeters. So
And your camera is positioned like you're 160. So that's problem number one. Now, let's get real. These cars are small as fuck. I drive super small car. Yeah, that's you
oh,
know that
like this.
that's a bit high, maybe a little bit low, but this gives you a lot of information now. You see, now you see way better. So
Okay.
one, maybe two clicks down, just to make it a little bit more realistic. Click it two times down. One more. Yeah, this perfect. That's exactly how, at least what I believe. This is how I see the car when I'm in it. So I believe this is exactly how you see the car. Click save. Why did you, bro? You had your camera position like your 160 as height. Did you save it? There's
Yeah.
okay, good. Now let's let's try this again. Kim Candy, hi. How are you? Okay.
Now I need to get used to the new position, like
Yes, yes,
in the
but
car.
it will take some minutes, but now you have way more information. You can see better. Again, remember, use the left side and the edge of the hood as guidance to where you're at on the small donut. And then for the big donut, you know what to use. You use the A pillar and the next to the side mirror looking for the skid marks. So when you change the, let's say, let me phrase it like this, Tony. When you change the target, you change the visual cues, where you gain your information from. Okay?
Yeah.
It will be too much. You're rushing to go into drift and like you didn't really have. I don't remember you having bad initiations, but all your mind is now onto the donut and onto the stuff. So relax, Take it like, be in the moment rather than in the future. Yes, be in the moment. Take it like step 1, 2, 3. Okay, nice and easy. Good. You're rushing it too much. You could go slow. You could go slow there. You could go slow with the wheel. So what I want you to do now, poke it a little bit, see how much this rotation that you're doing now, like add a little bit more rotation, see how tight you gets you, then add a little bit more to get tighter, and feel basically where you're at, because when you try to dive it's gonna be very hard. What happens when you try to dive it without actually measuring your rotation is you get into a fight or flight scenario where basically car fishtails and you get scuffed. You see, that this is what I mean. You get into a fight scenario, then like you're just trying to survive at this point. You're not having a good, efficient practice where you learn from. Way better. Don't worry, you could go a bit out and try to recover, re-enter. Go out and reset, because now you're gonna be fighting the car. Okay. Take your time now. Nice and slow to feel how much the car's rotating. Don't dive it, don't rush it. Good. Use the left edge, you're doing good. Don't worry. Keep turning. Sometimes you have to turn a little bit more, because the car... Now, when you have this big of a turn, look how much the car straightens you out. Now you'll fly out. You see what I mean? So, what we're gonna do now is I want you to think like you're in rally. You know something's gonna happen, you have to flick the wheel, and then basically you're correcting the car before the time to correct has happened. So you're pre-correcting the correction. So when you do the big turn, I want you to immediately expect the car to fight you back. It's almost like you're doing a reverse entry. It's gonna want to snap to the right. That's why you have the straightening out. When this happens, the car's turning a lot left, and then it's gonna all of a sudden grip on you or wants to like snap back. What you're doing this time is you're basically gonna fight it back. So you're gonna match it. The way to match it is like just steer the hell out of it. It's almost like you're counter steering, because now the car wants to turn to the right and you counter steer to the left. Does this make sense? I know it's very confusing.
Yeah.
The same fucking logic, Tonic, is about reverse entries. The car will want to go back to the opposite side, and you now have to counter steer to the... instead of like counter steering to the right, you have to counter steer to the left. Left. Now when you're ready. Yes, and you catch it. That's it. Not that you can go nice and easy. Doesn't matter that you did it too aggressive now, but it's good to get the point. Because to do this tight donut, you're keeping a very big angle. Oh, that was a bit too much. Touch lightly. Even if you're gonna poke the wheel into the turning zone where you get the car to turn, do it a little bit. The slightest bit, feel it out, and you could go like even more. You don't have to counter steer all the way. You just like pa, a little bit, like just measure it out. Nice and easy. You don't have to go all in. Yes? Yeah, exactly. Stay in the neutral. You don't have to counter steer all the way, as long as you're good. Because also when you have a lot of turning and you counter steer, there's a little bit of a whip on the back. And that, when you point the tires the opposite direction, there will be a little bit of a gain on the rear, and that's what spins you out. So this is where this goes back to where I told you to sometimes you gotta filter what the car tells you. The car wants you counter steer all the way, but if you counter steer all the way, you get screwed over, and you ask yourself, wait, like that's exactly what I felt through the wheel. I had to counter steer. But I want you to believe in you and not the car. You listen to the car 50% and do what's right for all of 50%, what you know to be true. Don't worry, you can recover, otherwise you'll be fishtailing. And you catch it now. Okay, wait, catch it, turn, yes. We're gonna counter the snap, and we take over it. Good, good. You don't have to change anything. Keep turn. It's gonna see. This is the bit. That's exactly the problem I wanted to prepare you for, because I know what's waiting on the small donut. Let me see how much throw you're using. 73. It's low. You could try even less. You could try 70, and you'll see. It's gonna be way easier because the grip is gonna keep you tight. You know, low throw, low speed. The lower the speed, the tighter you are. But you have to steer like crazy. See, this is a bit easier now. See what I mean?
Yeah.
The faster things happen, Tony, the less time you have to react and fix the things. So basically, it's almost like you're driving rally. You gotta literally pre-correct things before they happen. You gotta foresee the future. Now, what we can try is go up to 80. Go on the big one. And with 80, you're gonna merge in.
I mean, like on the big donut.
Yes. Now you'll see. I want you, Tony, to touch very gently with 80 if you're gonna merge in. That's exactly the reason why. This is exactly why I wanted you to touch very gently. But if you play with the optimal amount of power, where it's high risk, high reward, if you're gonna use 80, you have to barely do jack crap. So you barely have to turn the car, like assist it too much here on the small donut. In a nutshell, what you have to do here is like you find yourself staying a lot on the counter steer. You don't even have to turn that much. You barely exit the counter steer because there's one more thing I wanted to tell you. The bigger the angle, you'll probably notice this. The bigger the angle, Tony, the control zone moves deeper to the counter steer, like to the opposite direction. Have you noticed how like usually where you counter steered fully, now is where like your turning zone is, because it moved deeper. The bigger the angle, the more it moves to the opposite direction. Yes. With the even slider. With the slightest movement, you can get it done. Look how easy it is. Yes, I know we're a bit all over the place, but I want you to get used. Oh, that's enough. You don't need much. You go a little bit there, counter steer, a little bit there, counter steer. Pointing the tires the opposite direction from time to time, gives you this little bit of momentum on the back. That will push it to gain a little bit more angle. You're turning the car, you're rotating the car, gaining the angle, but like when you point the tires out, there's a little bit of a whip with the back steps out. So you could actually, that's why it's good to be a little bit turn, stabilize, a little bit.
Yeah, like I'm trying to make the same correction as at 75, but it's always too much.
Yes, because the reason why is because when you used way less throttle, you had to compensate with a lot of steering, and now you're using a lot of throttle and you have to barely use any steering. So this again comes to, remember what we spoke about. Throttle steering is about finding the balance, how much steering you want to use and how much throttle you want to use. So you're developing what's comfortable with your driving style, like how much throttle you want to use, preferably how much steering you want to use. Some people like to steer themselves a lot. Other people don't like to steer themselves a lot. Sometimes you're forced to steer yourself. That's why it's good to know like both at a very decent level. So sometimes you just don't have the option to do anything else. Good. That's exactly the maximum amount I want you to steer. No more, no less. See? Don't worry, you'll slowly work yourself And you know what's the thing, Tony? You don't have to steer more. You could just increase the frequency. Pa pa pa. That you can do this same input that puts you in no trouble, but you can increase the frequency. So you go
Yeah,
left,
but
right, left.
when I'm doing like a higher frequency, it always spins out.
So you're gonna find for how much time you want to increase the frequency. Is it 1 second, one extra turn, and then you go back to normal, or it's maybe two extra turns? You get the point? We don't want it all the time. You want to change it temporarily. Yes. When you need more, you give it more. When you need to relax like now, you chill. That's it. Now you can give it a little bit more. Yes, yes, and chill. And you catch it, because it's going to straighten you out. You got to catch that rotation back by turning more left. Okay, don't worry, stabilize. Don't panic too much. You don't want to spin out. Sometimes it's better to not fully countersteer, just stay in the neutral. You return the wheel a little bit, unwinding it towards the countersteer, but not fully. Sometimes Tony staying on the steering side in turning zone is actually way better. No.
I get used like to 75, and now
You,
when I'm doing the initiation and trying to get at 80, I'm looking at the like graph, and it's just like
I know, but
losing the control of the car.
the point is that we also need to build your. At the moment, you're working your adaptation skills because you are trying to do something out of your comfort zone. You're used to 75% of throttle and then steering, and now you're trying higher. And because it requires less steering and you're trying to adapt to it, you get punished because you're trying to do the same amount of steering, which is way more at 75 than at 80, and that's why it backfires. So you are at the moment working your adaptation skills, which are like these patterns of movements depending on the situation being memorized in your brain. Tony, I want you to visualize everything as just a pattern that your brain remembers of movements. Oh, when we have to do this, I'm gonna do this. And that's why later on things become subconscious because you remember these situations. It's almost like you wake up. Oh, do you feel like shit? Sure, hit one coffee. If you feel great, let's drink tea. You see, it's almost like a pattern that you might have built in real life and stuff. It's the same scenario, but you're just doing the car. So that's it.
Oh, better do like the 75 initiation and then go up to 80.
Nice. Uh-huh. Don't rush to counter steer, just believe in yourself, Tony. Nice and slow. You're gonna counter steer, don't counter steer fast. You'll find the car rotating way slower. Almost not gaining angle if you counter steer nice and slow. Sometimes you rush to counter steer, it's too
Yeah.
fast. Sometimes when you go to counter steer slow, it's too slow. That's all why it's. This is like programming, bro. It's. I think maybe the best scenario will be. It's like they've sent you, Tony, to go and read somebody else's code. You go and try to read through all these cycles and stuff. If else here, if else there, it's like you're trying to figure out what the guy was doing to check his work. Don't worry, with modulations, this is very easy savable. Extremely easy. The goal is to find how to steer yourself. You could go back to normal, what you're used to, if you want, 70 or 75. Why? Because this will work your adaptation, Tony. You try a little bit on 80, you try a little bit on 70, you try a little bit on 75. Like your brain remembers. You might be crap, you might drive crappy today, but next time it gets easier, and then it gets easier, and then easier and easier. Could you do the big donut from the beginning, or the second or the third session? No. But over time, when we work the small details, and where to look to, what to, each session you focus on a different detail, things all of a sudden started to get easier for you. The big donut is no longer a problem. But now the new obstacle is cancer. You see, the moment we put something new to us, that puts us in a position to get out of the comfort zone, it's not fun. But as long as you not give up, you'll beat it. You can try the middle. If you can hold the middle donut, then you can progress to the small donut. Try to fight and stay in the middle. Look for the whitish part of the asphalt. Make sure the front is there. And also, you could also line up the hood with the small donut. But not too much to the center, because you want to be wider. Remember, the smaller the angle, the wider you go, Tony. So if you have to keep a little bit wider circle, like the middle, you want the left edge of your hood to point a little bit out of the center of the... like this. This still gets you, you're turning too much, so it gets you a bit closer. Okay. Now that's something sustainable, where you're still close. Don't get too tempted to counter steer fully, Tony. The more you're, because on the small donut, when you're constantly there, you have to turn the car like crazy amounts, and the car is always wanting to snap you back and straighten out. The moment you go to counter steer, you stay there, you get screwed over. So yes, you do have to react a little bit fast. You could try reacting fast. There's later where you could turn slow left and slow right. You could do these things, and you'll see it's gonna work. But if you're gonna, in order to do it nice and slow, you need to have the right approach, because if you go into a fight, you're doomed. Nice. Left, 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 left. Early. Left early. We're gonna pre-correct the correction, Tony. There you go. Left early now. You're losing it. I could sense when you lose it. Keep going. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Keep left, left, left. It's gonna straighten you out. Don't let it fuck you over. There you go. You see, how the reason why I can see these things is because, like, months and months of, like, these visuals. Why I've locked my eyes on the left edge of your hood, and I'm looking. The moment it runs away from where it needs to split the donut, the small donut, it's like, remember what I told you? It's I keep a line from the center dot of this circle and where the left edge of the car is looking. The moment it starts to point out more, I know I'm losing angle. Starts to point more in, it goes more towards the center of the donut, you're gaining angle. So I lock my eyes there completely like a Robocop, and I'm tracking down what angle I have at all times. That's how I can see you're losing, and like the car is straightening you out, or you're gaining. Don't rush, take it slow. I always follow this rule. When things go to shit, or the shit hits the fan, go to the big donut and reset. Take your time. Don't rush. Just take your time with it.
Okay.
My nose getting stuffed. Give me a second. Let me grab something to. Be right back.
Yeah, sure.
Sandy. Good, good. You're over. You're gaining. You're gaining. But notice this. Just make sure when you see turning a bit too much, relax. You can allow yourself, Tony. Don't punish yourself too much to try when you're losing it to try and stay tight. So allow it to go a bit wider and try again, and try again. It's better because look, merging out and in is better, and to give yourself a new attempt while you're not losing your momentum, than actually spinning out and resetting over. Because it's like you lose this momentum where you're driving. Sandy. Okay. No. You're rushing. You want to go in.
Yeah.
Take your time. Okay, good. Oh, too much. Too much. You don't have to yank it that much. Nice and easy. Nice and slow. Because remember, tires are cooked and you're on second gear, pushing a lot. David Macado or Machado. I think it's Macado. Hi, how are you doing? Let me see what's going on. Okay. Small inputs. Little poke, little poke, little poke, little poke, little poke. Pa, pa, pa. Okay, relax. Keep the angle. Now very gentle. Once you get closer, find the rhythm, Tony. It's the same. You do the same input at the same time. There's no reason for the car to change the circle. Oh, you're not gonna like the small donut, I can see. There are certain, I'll tell you this, there are certain exercises that people actually started to hate me. Because, like, I force them to do them. They don't want to do it because it's hard, but. So hopefully you're not gonna hate me.
Hopefully, I'll get this small donut like fast, so I will not
Yes.
get mad.
I know you want to move to the modulation cars, the stuff, because we need to
Yeah, good.
we need to. I know you want to start preparing for the real life event that you want to
Yeah,
go.
you told me like the steering is like the hardest part, and the throttle, the modulations are like way
Yes,
easier. But
you
just
learn the
like
steering is gonna be the reason why I push you for the steering is because okay, if you wanna let's use the last minutes if you want to try the Excite car again. I can put it in the server, no worries. You want to do that?
yeah,
Okay. So the reason why, Tony, I want to push you. Give me just a second. I'm gonna add it in. Where was it? The Excite V2? I think it was the V2. Right. Okay. Now you could rejoin, refresh. The reason why I want you to learn the steering is because the steering. Have you noticed one thing about all the cars? Yes, the power is different. Yes, some have turbos, some don't have turbos, some have different tires and things like this. What is the same thing? The fucking steering of each car is goddamn the same. It just depends how much throttle you use. So what you're gonna do is you adapt your throttle work to the new cars while the steering stays the same. So if we apply this steering from the E30 and all the steering techniques you're gonna learn to these cars, and then in like about what 2 weeks you go to this real life event that you on the academy, whatever, that you're gonna be driving the real cars, and you apply this to that car, the steering is gonna be the same as in real life, right? Of course,
yeah.
you will confirm this to me once you go and you come back. You'll tell me like, you know what, bro, you were full of shit and this and that, but we'll see if it's gonna pay off. So that was unnecessary. That was not necessary.
I mean, like I've tried modulations, like staying. I mean, just to poke the throttle, and I just can't do like control my leg, like to do like modulations. It's already like
It's gonna
uh, a, a new
for
a
some
new
people.
exercise.
Yeah, I will give you. But for some people, steering is hard. For other people, modulations are hard. But they usually come with some sort of a background. For example, Adam came to me from racing in real life, and in iRacing as well. Some people that drift in real life just wanted to get better in the game in Assetto Corsa, because now they come in here from real life, and then what happens is you lose information. All of a sudden, the problem is when you lose information. When you go from sim to real life, you gain information. It's way easier. When you go from real life to sim, then you lose. Unless you sold your liver and you bought some crazy amount of sim rig. No, no, no. First gear, second gear. First gear is cheating.
And
You could floor on the rev limiter. So second gear, you're gonna do exactly what you do, but here you gotta stay very high on the power band. No, no, no lift off. Just hold on the gas. It's gonna. No, this is not gonna work. You're gonna understeer. So just hold on the gas and let it slip. This time you're not gonna do any lift off. This car is crazy grippy, and it's under power. Hold. It's gonna slip. Don't worry. Don't lift off. That lift off spin you out. Just hold the gas. Believe.
okay,
Trust me. I know it's the instinct. Just hold.
you mean like hold without? So
Lifting
when
off.
it starts to Like starts to drift, still hold the throttle.
Yes, yes. And you
Okay.
figure out that you might need to steer a little bit more. So this is gonna be hard. Probably when you go in real life, they'll start teaching you this bullshit. Just clutch kick the car, like floor it and stuff. I really hate this. I just really hate this. Like, yes, it's it is okay. Maybe when like we're gonna put more steering. Now at the beginning, instead of 160, you go 180. Uh, but really adding the clutch for me is too much. Like you can't even like when you can't give somebody to use all the tools when he can't even control some amount of them. But for this instance, just clutch kick it if you want, because I don't see you. I don't think you're gonna mimic the initiation I did, because I did the same initiation with all the car, but it's not
I mean,
easy. This is hard. So it's very aggressive. It's very fast. This is why, and this is the reason why I don't teach people. I hope you understand why I don't teach people on these cars. This is not friendly by any means. Like when I drive it, is annoying because you have to just constantly work. It just forces me to work. It's not like nice and chill, but just clutch kick it. There, the Tony is not gonna go your way. I'm full gas. Once it builds the turbo, then you do modulations. Vroom, vroom, if you want, but you need to control this car. There's no middle ground with this car. This car will fuck you up so bad it's not even funny. So here's the drill: you stay high, instant spin out. You stay low, snap out straight. You gotta balance this out. There's just no middle ground. So
I mean, like it's almost impossible on the second gear. So whenever you like leave the throttle, it's already like under powers and
yes, so I believe we drove. I tested this car when I was with you, so I assume I'll have to drive today. So give me a second. Let me move it to make space. Because I think there's another section jumping in. I'll have to. Okay. You want me to show you? I think we have some time. I can show. Give me a second. Who is next? I'm not sure where I left my phone, but my phone should be somewhere here. Give me just a moment.
yeah, sure.
Where in the God's world I left? Aha, it's charging. Okay. Aha. Alex is next. Okay, we do have some time. All right. I'll have to restart the server if you want to be with this car, and
Yeah.
so also I can join in. Okay, give me just a second. I'm gonna jump in. I'll show you now. I'm in mood to drive today. I mean, more the Mercedes, but when I have this you know what's the most annoying thing? You might love a car, but when the car has these stupid problems, you don't even want to drive it. Like it just kills your mood. This is what I realized. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna move this here. Then we're gonna change to display capture. Let me check something else. Boom, primary monitor. Boom. Oh no, this camera is not plugged in. This is bad. Please, please tell me it's gonna work. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It is what it is. But yep, I'll have to restart. So give me just a second. Okay, guys, I'll have to restart really quick the OBS. One moment.
Okay.
All right. I think we're back. So, now let me check what I've done. I'm gonna go to the server. I'm gonna stop it. I'm gonna clone this car, save it, run. Now, okay. Let's see. So, I have to move this monitor here and this camera to watch what I'm doing. Hopefully, like this maybe. I'm like this. Okay. And then I guess you see these. I'm gonna put this on. Boom. Maybe. I think the cat was doing some bullshit because the cat is always going to the pedal camera, so it moved it a bit. Thank you, cat. Now this comes here. This will come here. All right. Did I change? Hopefully I changed everything. Now. So you can spectate from in-game, right?
Just a second.
You can hop in. All right. Let's see.
Yeah.
So. Oh, and I forgot to make you. I'm sorry, bro. I really forgot to make you a tune for this car. I will. I'm gonna put the. I'm gonna do something now quickly. We don't need much fuel. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go. Let me move this. Boom. Hopefully they didn't move the mic because I'm doing stuff. We're gonna pop these tires. Get them here.
Is the server URL the same? Because I don't see you in the chat.
It is. You gotta add it to favorites.
1 second.
I'm pretty sure I'm in the server. I might be in single player. Who knows? But like, I need to. I believe I am in the server. Check what's going on. I see you. Okay, nice. Add it to favorites. You'll find it very quickly. Let me see what. I hit it. Okay, 39. Maybe 39 both front, rear. Boom.
I mean, like, I can't see you in the chat, so
you gotta
1
click on the
second.
drivers,
Okay.
and then you see my name. Then you right click it,
Yeah.
and it will pop the options to spectate. Then.
Okay.
Now differential. Okay, this is good. This is good. All right. Now, okay. Oh. Let's go in. Now, again, of course, my camera is like I'm a midget, 160. So we're gonna go up. I'm gonna put this a little bit down because these are small cars, and I'm all right. So. Okay. Now we're gonna put the now so that there's one more thing that I know that the guys watching want, and that will be the OBS camera. So I'm gonna put the OBS camera for them. This should work. We're gonna do. Where is the goddamn camera? Chase camera. Boom. Like this. There you go. So. All right. Man, I can't breathe. My nose is stuck. So. Hopefully I'm not gonna lag too much. All kinds of things open. Need to increase the engine volume a little bit. Bro, the force feedback of this car is like crazy. The wheel is so goddamn stiff. Holy.
Yeah.
Let me try 80. 80 is too low. 85. Find it. Like, this is way too much force feedback. 85 is good. But maybe this time might be too slow in terms of count. We'll see, we'll see. Alright. So, let me see what was the deal with this car. So, we gotta keep the turbo up. Let's go second. We'll go 180. Go, what, 70 something? Obviously, turbo is low. Car can't keep up. Boom. So, Yep, okay, it's still gripped up. So, in this scenario, I guess we'll have to clutch kick it. Did I lower the gear ratio? I think I did. So, alright. See how much it's straightening you out? The moment you lower, it just, you lose the angle instantly.
Yeah.
And now watch how when the tires grip up, I'm gonna get screwed over. Why? Because my brain is gonna adapt to, oh, this stupid blinker, sorry. My brain is gonna adapt now to this pattern of me, very quick, very frequent modulations, because the rear tires are gripped. So I'm overcoming the external factors, which are the tires. And then like out of a sudden, when they heat up, I keep the same modulations in, the same frequency of pushing more loss of grip to the rear with the power, then I'll start to spin out. So let's see how this is gonna play out. I'll probably get punished. Wow. See, there's no middle ground. You either like clutch kick, it's too much. So the moment the car loses the grip on the rear, you gotta like cut off the gas and go back in. Oh, it starts to rotate way too much. That means it's like the rear is losing. So I have to constantly be turning zone, like use modulations. Turn a little bit, the slightest bit, because now we're controlling it. Now it's so slippery that you can control the rotation once you create rotation. So first turn, and then now I can control. Once you have rotation going on, you can control it with the throttle. You can use the gas pedal to control the rotation. This donut's the same. So if we do a right donut, let's say we go like this, create rotation, I turned, and now I can control it with the gas. If I want more to fully spin out, you hold the gas. You see how much you need in order to manipulate the rotation, you have to have it present. So you create the rotation with the wheel, then you can manipulate it with the throttle. So the best way is to balance it out. So what I mean by this is like here, a little bit of steering and a lot of throttle. So let's go again. I'm gonna go the big one. I'm gonna try how it's the tight one. Gas cut off, gas cut off, gas cut off, gas cut off, gas cut off. Why? Big modulations. Why? We gotta keep the car settled. We make the angle that we want and we hold it, 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 hold it. It doesn't sound nice and pleasant, but you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. So it does the job, it does the job. Nice and easy steer, and now control the distance. We could probably get closer. Wanna push the back out more? Use more throttle, more steering. Wanna go to the middle? Hold the wheel, and it's gonna spiral out nicely. But it grips up immediately. The moment you cut off, you see, the moment you change the frequency, this car is crazy grippy, even if the rear is sliding. So you wanna merge back in, out, hold the wheel a little bit and steer yourself. Boom, you go out. Let's go in. I'm gonna give a little bit more guidance for tight. So I'll turn left and I'll modulate. So what I'm doing is I give a little bit of degrees to the left, which are not enough, but I manipulate that little rotation. I add on top of it more by using the throttle, pushing the back out. This makes sense. Let's go closer.
Are you using 1200 degrees for the wheel?
No. I use 900 only. Ever. Forever.
Because here it shows like you're going up to 600 degrees.
Because the application doesn't have access to my sim rig, and what you see is the additional degrees that you see when spectating somebody else or watching somebody else in the replay are basically the added degrees of when, like, the missing degrees of like the corrections, like going left and right and stuff, and so it adds up.
Okay.
So it's just something that you cannot program to be correct, and I believe that's why nobody made the app, made an application accurate. Like it's just impossible. But at least what I figured out is why not. if it's useful for the single person, bro, it smells like. It's funny. This smell of plastic is almost like smell of rubber. It's like you can smell the goddamn tires from here. It's just the base emits some very strange smell, bro, when you make it work. So what did I have to explain to you? Now, turbo cars, especially this car, is crazy car. We could potentially try Swarm Car Pack, but I'm not sure if anything can prepare you for this real life stuff that you're gonna do in 2 weeks. Potentially maybe try the Swarm cars, but this is crazy car. This is underpowered, it's crazy grippy, and you need a lot of skill for this. Because you gotta keep the turbo high. We need high base of throttle. Why? Because the turbo we need a lot of gas to keep the turbo spool up. You lose the turbo, car dies on you. It straightens out. There's nothing you can do. So you need a lot of gas to counter this. Then you gotta find what range of modulations. You see, the moment you cut for even like a second, like you look one little flat line, I stop giving gas, snap. So you're cooked. So you gotta be like, you could do little modulations, you could do high modulations, up to you, and you can manipulate the rotation. Then if you want, you could exit out. We could see how these cars work on, let's see, third gear, how it is. Oh, third's too high, car's dying. But maybe we could make it work. We'll see. It's hard. Yes, it's dying on third. Okay. Very grippy, it pulls tight. So we can probably floor it a little bit more. And also, if you floor it, all of a sudden it tends to snap out. So you could floor it for the transition, but then it goes super tight. You can't go close to the wall. So what you're gonna do is you could toss it with the throttle, but if you cut the throttle, so you need with this car you need clutch. There's no way. You need a clutch to get the power back. You gotta clutch key. There's no other way around it. There's a lot of shit you gotta do with this car.
Is anybody in the community is driving like a 200 horsepower, like atmosphere
Oh yeah.
car? Maybe they are using like some other car that is similar.
I would say we gotta go for Swarm car pack. I think. This is my opinion. This is way too hard. This is way too hard. There's no way you'll be driving this. I just in my opinion, bro. Honestly.
Yeah, I've tried, but it's insane. The moment I'm like lifting off the throttle for a second, that's it. So the car loses power.
Oof.
And it spins out, or
it is snappy as hell. Yeah, it's crazy grippy, and it snaps you out, and you just, it's too much. Now this is just too much, bro. Like, I really don't know how we're gonna do this with this car. We'll probably have to go for maybe for the Swarm car pack. So I think this is the only way at the moment. You gotta constantly put work into this car. This is not something you can just chill. This guy, you have to go all the time focused. And it's funny how this car requires more effort than the competition cars to drive. This is just, I don't see how you're gonna do this, bro. Really, with this. This is just my opinion. Honest opinion. Uh,
Okay.
uh, Slow lane pro. Hi, brother. Alpha, I haven't forgot you. David, I'll check the chat, guys, in a bit, in a moment. So, my honest opinion, Tony, I don't think this is gonna work. I don't like really because this puts me to work constantly and I'm lazy. You know that I'm lazy. I just want to chill and stuff. And this like this car, in order to drive this and maybe if I want to drive it like super smooth and clean, I really need to be focused. Like bro, it's like I woke up, I had the coffee, I'm fresh and stuff like this you gotta just it's a lot of work. I'm telling you, I'm not joking. It's more work than driving VDC cars or like any competition car pack. Maybe except the ESDA and some other very grippy. If the car's crazy grippy, the other cars that really put me to work are proximitor car pack. Like you gotta be like when you drive these cars, you gotta just be on top. So what I would suggest, because I know Charlie Hume that I had like I did like a little interview with him is driving very low horsepower cars. I think he has a BMW, but like he strips them over. I think you can go for the Swarm car pack. I think this will be our shot. I'm not sure if you have it. I'm sending you a link. But
Uh,
like,
don't have it, but
yeah, I'm sending you a link. 1 second. Oh, I see Alex showed up. Alex, I'm not sure if you're watching the stream, but like, give me just a moment. Ilya, what about VDC? VDC cars are way easier than Excite car park. The car Excite cars. This car, this car puts it to work, bro. Like there's no like at the moment we have Anton that's in the coaching session, and he will be going in the middle of the month to drift in real life. So we need to find car that represents real life and is kind of on close and similar to what he will face in the real life. And we're trying the Excite car pack, but this is way too hard. This is way too hard. And I'm not sure if it's actually gonna represent. If I can see videos of like this Drive Academy there, maybe if they have a video or something, Tony, and you can send me by any
uh,
chance, I can possibly see how the car behaves or something like this, and
I mean,
I
like
can study it out.
I have a friend who's like driving a real like E36 in real life. So it's like a drift build, and he said that the VDC like car park is way harder to drift like in this Assetto Corsa than in real life. So
Yeah,
that's
but
what he said.
yes, because when you go to the sim, you lose the information. That's normal. I think we're gonna shoot for the swarm and we'll see where it's gonna go. So, uh, Twilight, Ilya. No, bro, no. Like, we're just doing the coaching session. So, Tony, I'll have to wrap it up because there's another guy coming in. But my advice to you is this Excite car pack is not gonna go well. This is way too hard to drive. Like, this is the people don't believe me that these cars are. When I did the challenges with the stock cars and stuff, this is on a completely next level. Like if we talk about the stock cars, fuck Excite. Stock cars and these challenges that I did with them, this is on a completely next level compared to competition cars. Competition car, yeah, is just higher horsepower, it's grippy, and it's same thing, just a little bit harder than the normal cars. But these, the Excite reminds me of these stock cars, bro. You gotta constantly be putting work. Like it's hard. This is really hard. So try the Swarm. I would say. Let me just check which car I need to recommend you. I believe. One moment. Uh, there's E46s, but maybe you can try. You can try TBZ style S13. So give that car a shot.
Is it a turbo car?
I think they're all turbo cars here.
I mean, like I've seen some car
Or
parks with
or
E36 without the turbo.
Or you could try Tickles D46, whatever. I haven't drove them. I didn't have much time, but I think they might be, because real like horsepower is not really perfectly represented as I told you in the game. So we'll have similarities, but yes, they'll be powerful. So I think this we'll see how it's gonna go, but give them a try.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
Okay, Tony. Then I'll see you in the next session. Please, now while you're practicing, I beg you, please keep me up to date. What's going on? How do you feel? What car you tried? So on. Like use the coaching chat. Just keep me up to date so I know in live time what can we do. And when I have free time, I'm home. I'll respond and I will send you either a message or voice message just to give you advice.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
We don't want to fuck this up when you go to real life. So okay, Tony.
Okay. Thank you.
See you.
Bye bye.
Bye. All right. So we're kind of late, but you see, when I have time, guys, I give my 30 minutes of break to help the people. So, because here we actually give a fuck about our people. Sorry for cursing, but I cannot let you guys fall. When you have make a mistake, I want you to correct that mistake. And if I have some free time, I'll gladly do it and give you more time on this. Now, let's see, where's Alex? Give me just a second, guys. First, let me check. You know what? Before I swap the monitors, let me check if on everything. Let me check if I actually need to drive and showcase something to Alex. Ah, Alex, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good, bro. Why do you always sound dead? It's like you literally walk up from the grave, bro. You busted through the coffin. You walk up and you're coming in, trying to. Alex, I want you
Yeah,
lively.
that's just how I sound.
No. Something bad has happened. Tell me about it.
No, everything's good. That's just how I sound on the phone. Like ever since I was like I don't know, my whole life, people have always said I sound I sound like that. Like you know Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh? Yeah, that's what they say I sound like.
Sorry for doing this. My nose is stuck and I couldn't breathe. One second. So, how I see things to be going, Alex. Not sure how much time you have. Is that I'm using all basic these 30 minutes between sessions. I'm actually using them for your sessions, guys. So I'm gonna do this for everybody today. I'm barely gonna have break. So while you warm up, I will go and have a very short break. Basically today, I'll just give you the benefit, guys, and like we'll do like an hour and 30 minutes, whatever sessions or whatever, unless you gotta go. Here's the link. I hope I removed the cars because I had to add one car. Let me refresh. One quick question, Alex. Can you remind me where were we? Do I need to? Basic. Why I'm asking is because if I told you last session something about driving, whatever, something that you wanted to see, let me know before I swap because I have to drive now. And let me know if I have to drive so I don't swap the cameras. So if you want something specific to show you, is what I'm asking.
No, I think you just wanted me to keep practicing on like not counter steering so much so that I keep the drift going.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm actually gonna bring the, give me a second, I'll bring the cameras back and I wanted to show you, because look, here's the drill ball. You know what I hate about life is that it's not as simple as explain the theory. But I think if it was simple, you know, everybody would be good at it because they'll figure out why it doesn't work. If I explain you the theory and it's just never gonna work. Why? Because biologically, men are visual. We spoke about this multiple times, right? So when you go out, you check the girls out and stuff because we're all creepers. But here's the deal.
if I explain you something in theory, you're trying to visualize it, but you really can't unless you perfectly see it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna explain you the theory again today about the things. I'll see what problems you have now. I'll explain the theory, and I'm gonna jump in. I'm gonna show you, and then why? Because the brain makes these patterns of like, oh, okay, this is how it must be done. Like you see a wheel being moved. I think I told you about some stupid story of mine that I will go into. It's a bit taboo stuff, but like, I don't know. Look, I don't believe in some stuff, but like, it goddamn worked. So, now, I'm gonna put you here so people can watch at least something while I'm missing. And I will do a little break for a moment. And I'll be back. We'll have a long session. So,
Okay.
Twilight, Ilya, you here? Let me know. I'll read the chat, guys, in a moment. A little break. So, Alex, I want you to warm up, and I will. I'll be
Okay.
back in a moment. Like just maybe 5 minutes. Just a quick break for myself. So, I am here. Let's see what's going on. So. Oh. Slowly, Alex, slowly. Left, 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 left. Yes, slow. Again. Again, straightening out on you. Again. Again. Slowly. Yes, again, again. Don't counter steer too much unless you see you're rotating the right way. You gotta catch the rotation that you want, and you want to counter steer just a little bit. You're almost there. I'll guide you a little bit, and then I'll hop to drive and show you. I just need to eat something, because how I see in these full coaching days, they don't need anything all day, because it's just coaching. Slowly, left, left. You see it's gonna stop rotating. Okay. When you see it's over rotating, you give a little bit to the right to counter steer. You gotta stabilize. Not too much. It's all about balance, Alex. With your peripheral vision, look the edge on the front left, while you also see where you're at on the roll with the skid marks. Yes, big left. There you go. Now you merged in. Slowly left. Remind the car a little bit. Again. Again, Alex, don't forget. You gotta constantly guide it. You wait for more than a second, you're screwed over.
Yeah.
You only want to stabilize the car just a little bit. Stable. Okay, hold, and let's go slowly back in. Okay. Good. Don't worry. Just make a full loop. That's fine. Big left. There you go. Stabilize. Now. This is not too bad also to practice, because like being able to recover is good. It's gonna save you time from initiating all the time. Now. I mean, what do monkeys eat? Banana. Can you guess what I'm eating? And left again. Slowly. Yes, just a little bit again. And a little bit. Constantly, but a little bit is better than a big yank. Again. You counter steer a little bit too much. That's going to put you a little bit out. Don't worry, you're still good. You're still good. Left, 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 left. Good. Left. That was my bad. It's way better. I want to give you live cues so you can click the rhythm. Left again, immediately when you have a big count. So, Alex, remember, after big counter steer, there's big straightening out. So you gotta go left again. How much will determine by your angle. Now a little bit, going back a little bit, did the job, because you had the rotation didn't die fully. Only because you didn't stay on the counter steer, Alex. That was the good call. The moment you start sleeping on the counter steer, car will straighten out on you. So going in and then coming back. Go in, come back. Yes. And wait and come back. When it's very... Now, this is the only time where waiting on the counter steer is justified. When you really overcook the angle. You see the car was like completely spinning out. Okay, good. But... You know why you're struggling so much now? Yes, subconsciously you lower the throttle. This happens subconsciously. I'm pretty sure you didn't pay attention to the throttle. You were super focused on the steering, and slowly and gently your foot started to come off and off and off and off. And from 75, we literally went into 60. And you started to fight more and more and more until it was almost unbearable. Like you just unsteerable. There's a moment where like the steering can compensate, but it reaches to a point where the car's too grippy. So as long as you lock in the throttle, isolate it, good. Isolate your foot and slowly steer yourself. It's gonna be very easy, don't worry. You can make a loop, yes. The little donut is gonna spin you out a lot because when you drop the tires there, oh, too much. I'll jump in a second, I want you to practice a little bit. Okay, left, immediately, from the get-go. Sometimes you need a little bit if you have good momentum. Sometimes if you gripped it up too much and the car settled, you have to turn a lot. Say everything is if else, bro. If it was only easy enough just to get it with explanation. Yes, good rhythm, good angle, good momentum. Don't go too much to the left. Here you can stabilize literally just going a little bit to the right with neutral. Yes, yes, you see what I mean? You went a little bit right and the car was still stable. That's what I mean. The moment but you start to drive this big distance now from left to right, you start to get in trouble. Yes, yes, use this. Use the sweet spot. You abuse the sweet spot, abuse the sweet spot, abuse the sweet spot. Left, slowly, back, left, slowly. Too much, wait, good, recover. No, don't cut off the throttle. Hold the gas now, doesn't matter how much it is. Hold the gas so you can recover with the steering. Good. Make a loop if you need it. Slowly to the right. I know it's counter logic. You gotta trust me. Slowly right is gonna pivot the car slow. You see what it, yes, that's what I mean. Too fast, the car is gonna yank on you, it's gonna snap on you. Go slow. You have space. You gotta trust yourself. There's something you gotta believe in yourself. Yes, make a loop, go again.
Yeah, sorry, my screen went black. Sometimes my screen blanks out. I still have to figure out why.
Could be the GPU or something. So, okay, let me jump in. I wanna give me just a second.
Okay.
Let me see if the guys got to go to shower. See you later. No worries, bro. Hygiene is always number one. Now, what I wanted to do something. Yes, the OBS camera. So you know how to watch me from in-game, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me when you're watching.
Let me see again. I gotta go.
Go to drivers on the chat, and then right click on my name, and you'll be able to see. So, 1 second. All right, I'm gonna come in a
Okay,
second.
I'm watching.
All right. I see a lot of people watching the stream. Like, I mean, 9, 10, which is the usual people that are interested, but nobody's typing. So you guys need any advice or anything, just say in the chat as well. Like, I pay attention, but of course the main focus is our fellas. That. So, all right. Is this monitor good? No. Now it should be good. Okay. Oops. Please don't fall down, please. So, do you see me?
Yep.
Bro, what is going on? 1 second, I'm brain dead. It's like my brain I see what's going on. Semi-slicks. Wait, hold grip here, the semi-slicks. I want to see this. Hold grip here, the steering wheel is very stiff. That told me something's off. I know the car. Hold grip here, the semi-slicks. I'll probably need a lot of power for them. with this basic setup. Oh, they're very grippy the moment you let off the gas in the car. Very grippy. See, the car wants to be shallow all the time. I need a lot of power to push the back out, and I have to steer a lot. Oh, so grippy. The basic setup is so grippy, it's crazy. I mean the stock. The car doesn't also want to rotate much. I have to steer it like an idiot. I don't like that. Look how, bro, it snapped me out. Wow, okay. So, it is so stiff on the rear. Like, crazy. Just doesn't want to go in a big angle. I want to drive it aggressively, but it's not as aggressive. And now maybe the tires heat up is more aggressive, but now the back can step a little bit out, but still not those big angles as I maybe would want to. Oh, we tapped. Now semi-slicks, I don't like it too much, honestly. Because you gotta floor the car like crazy. But still doable. See, like, it's almost the same. So, once the tires obviously heated up and stuff. So, let's go back to the slippery one. So, everything is the same. Because if I'm gonna mimic exactly what you gotta do. You gotta go to the same scenario, right? Okay. There goes Alex. So, Alex, I have to push you a little bit out of the way. Or you could, actually, while you spectate me, you could turn the wheel. Yes. You don't have to change the camera. Good. Now, tell me when you're watching. Now we're gonna go
watching.
from here. Alright. What struggle did we have? Ah, the big donut. Okay. Big donut. So, minus 160, go 65, whatever. And we're not on modulations, we're on steering only, right? 75, let's do 70 something. So, gotta steer yourselves a little bit, a little bit, a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. It's not enough, you can turn slow as well. You can hold on this whoop, left, left, back, left, back, left, back. Whoop, 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 whoop. Constantly telling the car it's going a bit tighter. Now, if it goes a bit tighter, what does this tell you? Do you know?
No.
So, remember about the tight donut, Alex? I want you to remember. Let's change the perspective. When you turn left, you go in, basically deeper, you go in, you go right, you go out. Why? Because if I hold to the counter steer, what happens? The car follows the same line that at the moment you have with this current angle. But if you want to go tighter, you turn more. What happens when you turn more? You increase the angle. When you increase the angle, the car loses speed. When you also lose speed, you have bigger angle because of the resistance, the car pulls tighter. So, now, let's put this into perspective. So, let's go again. 75. The more you turn in, the frequent you turn in, the tighter you go. Let's say you go more. Look how fast I'm steering telling the car to turn. Left, 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 left. You know what I mean? So what happens? Car is going more left, gaining more angle. What happens then? You go tight. You slow down the frequency of how often you tell the car to turn. Suddenly we start to go very wide. What does this tell you? Now, if you start to go wide, your rhythm is a bit too slow. You start to go too much in, your rhythm is a bit too fast. So what do we have to do?
turn not as fast.
Yes, and also turn not too slow. So, when you find what is too fast, you found one of the limits. When you find what's too slow, you found other limit. Then where you need to be. You have one limit that's too much and what's that too less. So what you gotta do?
Find the happy medium.
Yes, exactly, Alex. So when we go, sorry, my brain's shutting down. Let me go 75. Just I hope I hit it, but I'm just gonna lock my foot here. Now, find what's the happy medium, Alex. Let's find how much is too fast. This is too fast. Look how much angle I'm generating, right? We're turning way too fast. Now, we're gonna go too slow. Let's find what's too slow. This is going way too out. You see where the car is going? So now we're gonna find what's... Now we change the circle as well, so I'll have to correct a little bit. Let's find what's the good amount of... the good frequency. Not the inputs. Inputs can always be the same. It's just like you do it too frequent. Look, it's same input, just a bit too frequent. What happens? You're just bumping the... It's like a lottery machine, the number's flying. You're adding rotation. If it's too slow, same input but too slow, then you spin out again. So why? Because if you move too slow to counter steer, then you're not gonna stabilize the car in time. You're not gonna hold the angle. So now we're gonna find the sweet spot. Load left, stabilize, turn, stabilize, turn, stabilize, turn, turn, stabilize, 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 turn, stabilize. I'm gonna hit you probably. No, okay. Turn, stabilize, turn, stabilize, turn, stabilize, turn, stabilize, turn, stabilize. You wanna go tight? Okay. Turn, 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 turn. Not enough. Oh, I'm lowering the throttle subconsciously, I think, a little bit. Sorry. So when you notice this, you want to go, don't worry, you don't have to move. It's just when I'm swapping the cars that was driving the 36, the Excite and stuff, I'm not sure like what's the distance of the car. You want to go tight, you don't necessarily have to change the input to increase the frequency. Why? Because it's going to build you bigger angle, you're going to gain more. So let's go, let's repeat the same bullshit story. We go on the big one, right? We hold the throttle, steady. We isolate the throttle. Throttle is out of the way. Now, increase more frequent. Left, 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 left. Watch what happens. Left, 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 left. Still can't reach the tight donut. What does this tell us? More frequent or deeper. We either increase the input, we increase the frequency on the input, or you increase the frequency a lot. So left, 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 left. Left, left, left. We gotta find what's the rhythm. See, I even forgot. Oh, why am I lowering 70? I need 75. 75, there you go, 75. Okay, let's go again. Left, 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 let's go tight. Whoop, 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 whoop. Left, left, right, left, right, left, 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 left again. So we don't escape. Left, and left, and left, and left, and left. And it's very hard. I know it's hard, Alex, I know it's hard, but if you can do this with steering, rest will be easy. Just lock your eyes on the left edge of the hood so you keep the same angle all the time. You want to merge in? Hold the wheel a little bit and the car just spirals out. So once you learn input and frequency of the steering, and then you go to the throttle, it's gonna be idiotically easy. You wanna see? Watch.
Yeah.
Watch now what happens. Watch how much I'm steering. I'll create one rotation now, and I'm just gonna abuse it. Watch how much I'm using the wheel. Do you see me using the wheel at all?
Barely.
Because I'm controlling the rotation with the throttle. I create a little bit with the wheel, then I create. If I want to rotate more, what I do? more throttle, lose more grip, back steps out. You wanna have from massive angle. You wanna cut down, cut off the throttle. Car shallows up. But this is when I think the best example. This is when you toss it already. But the best example is you wanna shallow up, lower gently, whoop, car will transition. Or you wanna low down, you gotta do it with modulations. So you wanna shallow up. Best way is unwinding the wheel. So let's go here, figure 8. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make a big angle. Now I'm gonna unwind the wheel myself. Whoop, and that causes the car to transition. Do you see this? I started, the car didn't tell me, the car wanted to hold the counter steer. I started to unwind the wheel the opposite side, which lowered the angle, and that triggered the car to start to transition. So, watch again. Oh, it's so slippery. I'm gonna make big angle, unwinding the wheel myself, whoop, triggers the transition. So you could do a lot of things, Alex, with the steering only. You can do shit ton of things with just the steering. Forget about the throttle. Throttle comes next. Learn to manipulate the car with the steering. Imagine what's gonna happen when you add the throttle. That's why I make it. I'm lazy. Do you think I wanna just steer non-stop like an idiot here and shit like this? But it's mandatory skill. It's very important. And when you learn it and you know how to do it, because you will need it, is as you saw on the donut. I want to show you something. On the donut, I barely used anything. I mean, in terms of like the what was it, the steering. But there are moments, for example, where you will have to floor the car and you have to steer. And if I can mimic this situation, I'll try to mimic this situation here on the wall to my best abilities. So I'll floor the car and I'll steer myself now. See, there will be moments where you have to floor the car to push as wide as possible. Now, car is very slidey, and I definitely need like some very grippy car that pulls tight. Maybe I need to reset, use the semi-slicks. But you gotta floor the car, and then like you have to steer. So let's say throw is not a factor anymore, but it builds a lot of speed because it's slippery. Maybe, let me go. I really want to show you this scenario. If I can reset the tune to the semi-bullshit slicks, give me just a second, reset to default. Yes. Oh, this would be nightmare again. Okay. So maybe here. Lower the car, and now I can steer myself. Because the throttle that just is car so grippy, it can't push the back out. So I need to steer. So there will be moments where the throttle, only the gas is not enough. Make sense? So let's go again. Maybe, oh, I need to transition from big to big angle. I think for this to happen. I want to show you this scenario, but like, you know, it takes me some time to click how to mimic these scenarios, or it's not a mistake, it's more of a scenario. So once you go on the wall, you steer yourself. Or, yeah, oh, I remember how to do this. Okay, wait. So, we go on the wall, and let's say, let me give you the theory behind it. When you go on the wall, let's say I can stay on the wall with 70, which will keep a shallow angle, and I isolate the throttle again. There are moments where when you drive competition cars, you go to some walls, whatever, you just have to keep the car floored and you steer yourself a little bit. So let's say we go on the wall, and I'll keep this low amount of throttle. Oh, this is not gonna work. This is very... I should have done it with the slidey tune. Jesus Christ, this is snapping straight. Doesn't want to go. Okay. Let's try this out. And I'll steer myself. I'll look how much I have to steer to actually get the car to turn. It's so grippy. So, it's hard. This semi-slicks with modulations is barely turning. What's left for, you know. Hold the gas and steer yourself, steer yourself, steer yourself. That's what I wanted to show you. Finally. But I think you get the point. There will be moments where you just literally either the gear is too low and you floor the car and you cannot use the throttle, you have to steer. And that's where the steering is your only option. For example, another example maybe was the dive loop. You come from here to here to here. You let it show up, slowly steer yourself, slowly, 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 and then you yank it. And then you go on to do the dive move. Do you see what I mean? Because if you, in order to get the speed, you need to keep the angle shallow. How you do that? Not increasing the throttle. You find like 70, 80, whatever you needed, and then you slowly steer yourself by just locking the angle, just not letting, don't let the car to straighten out, but also get it to turn a little bit. So there'll be a lot of situations where you need the goddamn steering, and it's gonna be your only tool. You cannot use it all. So with that being said, I want you to do the donut and tell me, what did you remember about the frequency, or you want me to show you one last time?
No, I can try.
Okay. Remember the freak. I know it's best to show only that example while you practice, so you have this memorized last. And now when we did the bright, thank you. What tire do you use? I was showing an example with the semi-slicks now, but I do use the SV tires, the Street 90s, with my own setup for this car. So I'm gonna give me a second while Alex is practicing. I use this tune. It's on the Discord. Let me go. Let's see what's happening. Okay. Frequency, Alex. Frequency and input. You can do less, but more frequent, or you could do more and less frequent. Yes. Less, but more frequent. More frequent. Yes. Look for the visuals. Look for the visuals. Look at the left front of the hood. Where you at? Good. More frequent now to merge again. You need more rotation. Do little, but more frequent. Don't worry. Wait. Do a loop. You know how to do it. Do a loop. Left. Because it's going to be a big straightening out. Don't be discouraged. You did multiple donuts earlier when I gave you live advice. It's just I need to get this in your brain engraved. Frequency. Left and 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 left. Left again, little bit frequent, Alex, and left. It's straightening out. Good. Left again, little bit. Once you get it back in where it needs to be, so remember, Alex, once you kick it back in the line, you go back to your normal tempo. You only change the tempo when you need to fix something. That's temporary. It's not constant. The reason why you go into these, the Snap Fiesta and all these things, is simply because you change the tempo and you don't recover back to the normal one, the original. The only reason you changed the tempo was because you made a mistake in the first place. So once you fix the mistake, why do you have to try and fix a mistake that's not there? You go back to your normal rhythm. Good. Don't worry, you're fine. Now, no, don't use the throttle. I want you to go back, once you fix the car, don't panic, follow the rhythm. And left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Get the gas up, doesn't matter how much you lock in, you need to adapt. Okay. Now, lock the gas. Left, right, little bit. That's much, it's gonna straighten you out. Good, left. And left. Careful with this. Good. I like that you stood in the counter here. But the line is off. In a nutshell, what you're doing, Alex, by turning constantly left, you're keeping the angle the same. If the angle is the same, what happens to the circle that you're drawing with your tires? It's gonna be the same. Huh. My package here is here. God damn, nice. Okay. I hope I'm not muted. Left, slowly. Slowly left. Left, left, left. Don't go too much to the right. You stabilize too much, car will want to straighten out. Because car will wonder what you're signaling to the car is that, oh, we're stabilized, we're in control. The goal is to not be in control. What I mean is like, basically you want to be in drift and the car wants to be straight. So you have completely two different purposes. Your goal is to tell the car, no, don't worry, you know, we're just a little stabilizing, but we're not in like control to straighten out. Good. You're in the sweet spot. Don't go too much to the right. Don't trust the car. Don't trust the car, Alex. Left a little bit, left. Good. Left. A little right. Left. Same way you move to the left, same way you move to the right. Not more, not less. Mimic the same movement to the left to be to the right. Not more, not less. You trust the car to go more, you get scuffed. Trust the car to go less, you get scuffed. Same movement to the left goes same to the right. So left, right, left, right, left. You tell the car to turn 20 degrees, you stabilize for 20 degrees. You don't stabilize for 40. The car is going to straighten out. Hi, Alpha. Welcome back. Good. Left. A little bit. Good. And a little bit right. Now you're good. Don't worry, now when you fix it, go back to normal rhythm. Now, normal rhythm. A little bit left, a little bit right. A little bit left, a little bit right. A little bit left, left, yes, and right. And left, and right. Turn, stabilize. 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 Do you see that you can beat the big donut?
Yeah, it's just a lot more frequency
Yes.
of the turning.
This is your first. You probably don't even remember how many donuts you did now. Inconsistency. Without goofing it up. They were smooth, they were perfect, and you did more than 5 donuts. I didn't count them.
Yeah, I just got dizzy.
In reality, you couldn't get even one properly. This is why I know you... Look, here's the problem everybody gets. When we get to this point, you're at this point, Tony's at this point, everybody's getting cancer. And I feel you because I've been at this level. And it's shit. And I didn't know this by, recently, the last maybe 2 months, whatever. That clicked to my head. Is not that you guys don't know how to do the input to control the car. You know how to steer. You know how to control your foot. You have the steering skill. You have your foot skill needed to do the big donut. What you don't have, Alex, was the final detail that connects the two. You might know how to steer and how to hold your throttle or the modulations, but if you don't know where to look for information, then you will never know when to turn and do these inputs and how frequent to do them. Does this make sense? It's almost like you have the axe or a sword, you know how to swing, but you don't know how fast you can swing before the other guy swings back, and like to have time to block. You cannot just only swing at him, right? Because he'll block and like maybe fight back. So the point is that you figure out the frequency, so you block his even attempt to attack, right? So you're gonna like swing and swing and swing and then whatever. So, but my point is, you have the tools, you know how to use them, you just didn't know when to use them and how frequently to use them. Does this make sense? So what I've come to realize is that you guys learned already how to use them. You know the tools, the biggest problem that kept you stuck and I couldn't figure it out for the past months, maybe two, was about 1-2 months, is that it was just the timing. You didn't know the timing of when to use them. But why you didn't know when to use them was the biggest question. Then I had to decipher this somehow. So by constantly thinking and thinking and thinking, I come to the conclusion that you cannot know when to do something if you don't know where to look for the answer. So then I realize you don't know where to look for the visuals that will tell you the information when to turn. Because if you're constantly checking, running these visual checks with your eyes that will signal your brain that you gotta move, use your hands and move, is when you track your angle. So use whatever you can as visual objects on the road to tell you when to turn and do all these things. Does this make sense? I know it's a bit complicated, but this is,
Yeah.
of course, this is not for you guys to know, because this is for me as a teacher. That's my job. But this is the piece that was missing from the puzzle that I figured out. It's not that you cannot drive the car to do the inputs and stuff. It was the timing. So you don't know when because you don't know where to look, where to gain information from. So you see, it's such a shitty chain that has to be followed, like a chain reaction. You fuck up, like you get like distracted and you stop looking at the places to get the information, then your timing goes off because you don't know when to turn, and then your angle goes off, and then your line goes off, and then you get fucked. Did I solve the puzzle for you?
You've given me the pieces to solve it, yeah.
Yes, because the point is I was trying to solve the puzzle for you guys earlier, and it never worked when I tried to solve the puzzle for somebody. So the best way to teach people is to give them the cues. It's almost like, let's say you have a kid, your kid breaks a toy, and it's just a small piece, and you know that he can glue it back in, right? So you're not gonna tell him what to do. Maybe you can just hint him about the glue, or you can pass him the glue if he doesn't get the hint, and then let him figure it out by himself. Make sense? So you give him the tool, you give him the right direction, and he figures it out. And this is the most powerful way of teaching, I believe, because it's still self-learning. What is the thing that gets engraved and locked in your brain forever, and you never lose it if you figure something out yourself? But there's nothing better to make it faster is to give guidance. Don't give the secret, don't give the key right away to the person. Give him the right direction, guide him into the answer, and let him find it out. Don't hand the answer to him. Make sense?
Yeah.
So that's what I figured out. But again, that's mainly for me, but I want you to understand what I'm trying to do with you. Is I'm trying to hand you the answer by hints and details, and then you figure it out yourself. Then you find it out. Alpha, no, you didn't miss. Don't worry, I'll tell you. I'm gonna send you now in a second. I need to see if everything's booked. There are some tiers with slots. I'm gonna send you a message now. So, I send you this, check the membership tiers, and you'll find it out. Alright. $70 is beneficial. The lower the throw, the more you have to steer. Alex, remember this. Because that's less assistance, less angle. That means you need to compensate by turning the car more to keep that big angle that you needed. You'll notice now with 70 you have to steer way more than maybe using 75. Basically, you could what I personally do is I increase the input. I don't change the frequency necessarily. I might increase the input. You could do both, whatever you want. You could either increase the frequency of the inputs, or you could increase the input and not the frequency. And you'll find yourself actually chilling in the turning zone. You see how barely you go to the counter because you need to turn like crazy. That's because the power is very low. But it's very friendly. It's way more friendly this way than 75 or 80 you find yourself. Because if you try 75, you see you have to adapt again. What I want usually, eventually the next session will be to non-stop change the power. You're steering at 80, then I tell you go 75, you lower a little bit, and you adapt. Because now you have to non-stop change the frequency. And if you can do that, I've unlocked your brain. So you've worked your adaptation skill to a point where you could hold it all the time, no matter what the circumstances. Because the grip changes, you know how to deal with the steering wheel. That's the point. Yes, one big and now you go back to normal. But the grass screwed you over. Nice, 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 nice. Don't worry, you can make one big loop. Oh, too much, too much. Oh, where did they leave this? Uh-huh. Let me move the... Give me a second. I'm gonna move this monitor like this. Because I think I need to check who's next. But... Oh, Janos. Good. Hold steady throttle, because if you change it, that will change how much you gotta steer. Lock your foot, Alex. Good. Slowly. Relax, don't worry, make a loop. Nice and slow, don't rush to turn big. I think you got exhausted, but you were doing the donut perfectly before a few minutes, but...
I am tired.
I'm telling you, this is. I'll tell you why. Now, what this would cost me will probably be 20, 30 minutes to start getting distracted, lose focus, maybe an hour to like completely burn out and want to just get out the fucking seat. For you, it's way less time. Why? Because this is still something new, something fresh, and your brain is working like 200, 300% to try and keep
Yep.
up. So you're getting fried and fatigued way faster than me, because now this pattern for me is built in my brain, and I can just kind of relax. It's not something fresh that's coming in, like it's pushing my brain to work on like very high levels. So this is normal that you're getting tired way on a faster levels. Just keep this in mind. I don't want you to believe that this has something else to do. You're doing good. I'm gonna rejoin real quick. I want to change the. Give me just a second. I want to change everything to single monitor over again. Boom. Then I'll go here. Boom. I'm gonna make the display to be this. Oh, we're gonna jump from here. Oh, I forgot to turn off the pedal cam. My bad, guys. Oh, this is the face cam. Where's the pedal cam? Boom, boom. All right. Boom. Where's the chat? Ah, there you go. Keep the rhythm. Left a little bit, right, left and left. Wait. Yes, when it's too much, wait a little bit, but remember to keep. I want you, anytime you get a little bit more rotation, you can wait on the counter still, but remember, go a little bit deeper when you're recovering, because the car has straightened. You lost a little bit of the angle. If you pay attention to the front left side of the hood, you will notice how you've lost a little bit of angle, and that will push you wide. This is the reason why you always flew out. Oh, you see how it straightens you out. So the more you wait on the... This was... I'm not sure if you did this on purpose, but that was a good example that when you get like too relaxed and you fall asleep for like half a second more on the counter steer, the car is like straightening out on you, and you don't realize it until it's too late. Bro, what is going on? Like, he couldn't do... Guys, I muted myself so Alex can't hear me, but... He couldn't do a single donut earlier. And now he's doing multiple ones. Crazy. I was just saying that, it's wild that you were doing multiple donuts over and over again, while at the beginning you couldn't do jack crap, like even one. So, this is...
Yeah, the frequency helped, and then the last lesson helped with telling me not to do as much counter steer as I thought I had to do.
It's... Do you see now, Alex, the truth? Do you know what's the truth?
No.
Not many people, quit because they don't allow too many people in the program, but there were a lot of people that just gave up, like they got bored and stuff. Why do you think they got bored and decided to just give up on this?
Because the donut's hard.
I want you to rethink very quickly. Just try to assess from the beginning when you started with me with the coaching till now what you had to go through. Like, if you can rewind all the things that you had to go through and tell me, in your opinion, why do you think they had to quit? Like how hard and how cancerous it is for you, and why do you think they just gave up?
Because there'll be literally like weeks in a row where there's like maybe no improvement, and then there's like a little incremental improvement after like a month. But it compounds over time, but you just have to put so much time in just to see a small amount of improvement.
And I strongly encourage you. Now, when you this week, I want you to beat the big donut because you can do like more than 5 in a row, like 6, 7 circles, whatever. Once you start looping this without a problem, I'll put a turbo car, put like for example WDTS, some car, whatever, and you try to loop the big donut. Because if you want, you could try it offline. Sorry, well, at home, or even now. Why I think this will, why I'm telling you to do this? I think this will boost your confidence a lot. Why? Because I want you to see with your eyes and with your hands, with your feet, that this is translatable. Just make sure to put these cars on 100% turbo on the setup, or I can give you some of my tunes for these cars, and you can give it a try yourself. Because
Okay,
all these skills that you learn with the 30, and you might think it's shitty car, slidey car, whatever. My setup is slidey to be more forgiving. But make no mistake, you see, you still get punished. So all these things, they transfer. Yes, the thing that changes is how reactive the car is. Some cars might react very fast, you have to react fast. So that's again timing. It's only gonna be the only thing that changes is timing. Timing issue. Same shit. So, you have any questions, Alex?
no man, this was good. I always appreciate the time.
It's good to finally see you do the donuts consistently. And I think, honestly, I think you have maybe faster progress on the Thai donut because you were more prone to slow but bigger input, like slow turn of the wheel but bigger input and stuff, which can work for the Thai donut. So I think the Thai donut might be a bit easier for you personally. Tony is getting absolute cancer. For some people, what I've noticed is like this is some wild stuff. Some person is absolute shit on the steering, and I'm like losing hope, whatever. Then finally he masters it, whatever, with so much like pushing through and dedication. Then we move to modulations. This comes naturally to him. I'm like, okay, you know what? The fucking hell, I can chill. Like, then you have people on the steering. Some are good on the big one. They click it, then they're like, fucking hell, how do we make the tight one? Then now you have like your biggest cancer was the biggest donut. This is the hardest thing by far for you. And then you might go on the tight donut, you might destroy it in no time. So we'll see. Everybody's different. It's so different that, I'm glad that I've put all these years to coaching so I can figure out all these things and I can like put a structure and understand why a certain person has a certain problem and how to address it. Because, as I told you, just recently for the past 2 months, I just couldn't put 2 and 2 together. Like, okay, you can move the wheel slow and you can move the wheel fast when needed. But why you don't know when to turn it is because I realize you guys just don't click the visuals. You don't know where to gain information from. And you need to know where to look at and how to assess what's going on. The car's losing angle or not. Once you can do that, subconsciously, naturally, it will come to you when the timing is going to click. Yes, I'm going to help a little bit from my ass, giving you, a life tips here and there. But when I give you the hint and you click the hint, a lot comes naturally. And this, I believe, is extremely important. So, you have anything to, you have any questions or anything that's a bit confusing you today, Alex?
No, I just gotta keep practicing that. Looking over the left of the hood helped too. So I'm glad like you had mentioned that too, because I found that helpful as well.
Oh, I'm shooting anything, bro. It's like you have a massive flock of ducks like flying, whatever. You just shoot at point blank, at all of them. Whatever falls down, falls down. So sometimes I'm trying to give you any cues. Some might not work well for you, some might work well for you. So it's up to me to find out what will click for you, if this makes sense. It's my job, after all. But you get the point. So sometimes I have to shoot blank. I'm blind. Sometimes I figure out exactly what the problem is. Like I realized with the timing. I realized the timing is the problem. Then realized timing is the problem because of the visual cues. And now with the visual cues, I had to go from this branch to multiple 3-4 mini branches and figure out what visual clicks for you. Make sense? It's almost like you climb up a tree and you want to go to a branch, and this branch has multiple small branches because it's a massive branch, and you could step on them. It's a massive, imagine a massive tree. And it goes down and down and down and down and down, exactly like your progress of the donut. These small, you start from nothing, these small fucking details. One, then another 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 one. Eventually, you have so many that they build one piece together. It's almost like, imagine you have a Lego tree and you connect the first you put the big tree, then you start putting the branches everywhere, like the big one, and then on the big branches, you put these mini ones. It's like, and that's what I mean. That's your progress. You don't notice it, you don't see it. It's like losing weight. It's shit. It's crap. You hate it. It's cancer. You keep failing until one day you just, how the fuck am I doing? 5-6 circles in a row. Like, how am I not failing that much? Then it starts to click. But the problem is, until the progress is visible, you don't see it. That's the biggest hit mentally. At least I believe. So
Yeah, no, this has been I mean, how long has it been now? At least 6 months, right?
quite a while. Some people learn very slow, some learn very fast. I think you do very well on the figure eight. Some people do. I think for example, Ben took quite a while to donut, but is getting screwed over on the dive loop. He did fairly quick on the figure eight. Figure eight was somehow like a bit easier for him, but the dive loop got him. He just recently passed it, but some things are easy for you, some things will be hard for you. The donut might be very, very hard for you. Then you might go to the figure eight. It's like, oh wait, this is a bit easier and this is a bit more fun. Sometimes you learn way faster because you're excited. There's a lot going on about psychology, Alex. Excitement is a big factor. If you're excited, this is fun to you, you put more effort in it. You don't realize it, but you put more effort. When you put more effort, you learn faster. You're more focused. Your focus is your energy. If this makes sense.
Yeah, and if you have a good coach.
Yes. Hopefully I am. Because we gotta
Yeah.
I'm trying to make fast progress. But not at the sacrifice of your techniques, and I don't want you to do shitty stuff in the name of like, hey Alex, you're progressing, stay as my client and stuff. No. If we're not doing something well, I want to stay on it. But if I see that you lose your passion, then I will probably have 1 or 2 fun sessions where we still try to learn something, or I might push you to learn something new, like the grass session and stuff. We could just go have a little bit of fun, and you can like, hey, you know what? Like, this is a bit slow motion. This is the same concept, but this and that, and this is a bit different. You learn something new again. It's just different situation, different circumstances, but it clicks, unlocks again the excitement. So you still have fun. You lose the fun, you become like me. I don't enter the game to drive in like 2 months. Like, to do something for myself. I'm saying outside of coaching. I'm not even gonna open the game. Bored as hell. It's almost like it gets to this mentality like you've done it all. And I want to get this back. So I'm looking now for a way to fire up my passion and stuff, but there's other things I'm trying to achieve in real life. Maybe I'll share soon in a video, whatever. We'll see. But we'll see how it's gonna go, Alex. So now I will go take a break. And I want you to remember that you're doing good. Especially the fact that you couldn't do a single loop, and then at the end you almost do like 10 loops alone without like, because at the end it's one thing when you started doing them. I was giving you life tips like left and left and left, but then at the end you did it alone. So I just got that fly in your head that's stuck in this repetition. When you're subconsciously, you might not, you're fully focused on listening, but any noise, even when you have a music in the background, you still like listen to it, you still notice it, there's a little bit of focus on it. So what I did with this annoying repetition of like left and left and left and left, this gets in your brain. You're constantly hearing it, then it gets stuck and you just start doing it subconsciously. So I've noticed it. And I've been trying to dig about sound and things like this, and I think it works because it worked for you at the end. Because I was not giving you any life tips at the end. You were turning the car alone. You were doing all these circles alone. Does this make sense? So
Yeah.
it's small progression. I'm not helping you a lot. I'm helping you just a little bit so you can find the branch yourself. It's like first we start raw, you warm up this, that. Second, I give you like, okay, this works this way, this works that way, blah, blah, blah. Then I show, then like that's the theory. Then I show you the visuals. Then we go over this and that. Then I give you live tips, live cues, like of the rhythm, like left and left and left. And eventually, all this slowly started to engrave in your brain. And at the end of the session, my voice was never to be heard when you did the loops. So that means this is got in your head. You have the rhythm, you have the movement, you have everything, and the timing. And I'm happy. So,
Yeah, me too.
okay. I want you, for your homework, Alex, I want you to practice this as much as possible this week. So remember, when something is still fresh, if you don't use it, you lose it. So make sure to use that, but also give yourself a break. You don't want to be practicing when you're burned out because that can backfire as well. You might go back to the bad techniques and pumping gas or changing gas. You're not holding your foot. This is very exhausting. Don't get me wrong. You see, sometimes I'm getting confused. I also move my foot subconsciously. This is not easy. If I do this, it's, you understand that this is, I'm human as well after all. So I react subconsciously as well. When you notice that multiple times I actually failed, like I moved my foot by instinct when I made a mistake. So this happens to everybody. Don't be discouraged. I do fuckeries, you do fuckeries. It's just the consistency. How often do you make a mistake? That's the difference. And this comes, of course, with experience. So everybody makes mistakes. This happens to me as well. You think I don't move my foot? You saw. You could go back, watch the live today, and you'll see how I goof up on the graph. So my foot also moves from time to time because I put more focus to something else. Okay, I'll have to bail out, Alex, and I wish you a great evening. I think for you it's probably afternoon or morning, so enjoy your
late
day.
morning.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Have a good evening.
See you, brother. So, guys, whoever's watching, if you're not bored of the donut, there's gonna be more donut for you. I guess Saturday is donut day. We don't have the advanced guys now here for dive loops and figure eights and stuff. I will go for a quick break of 10 minutes and I will be back soon. I'm just gonna mute myself. Very soon we'll have another session. So who's here? Anyway, you guys, who is watching? You guys wanna message in the chat? All right, I'll be right back, guys. Good morning. Ugh. Hello, hello. So, can I hop in?
I'm barely sick and have terrible headache, so today will be, I think, worse than normal.
Today, basically, will be a day where you just preserve your muscle memory. It's usually what I did when I don't feel like putting the GoPro. Maybe I was practicing for some challenge or something. It's just when I feel off, I don't do it. I just keep practicing it. Some days you gotta learn. This is not your day. It's not. You can't bring the best out of you. You just gotta preserve what you've built to now.
Wait a second. Okay. And how are you?
For the last session, a bit tired, and I think it's mainly because when the session starts, I can't even cook, I can't even eat anything, so I'm gonna cook something right after the session. Maybe an omelette of 5 eggs. I need energy. There's a lot of work waiting, and I'm like burned out already.
Shit.
It's good that you saved it. Just don't forget to bring back the power. You need a little bit more. It's on 70 now, 74. Good. Now it's good. Okay. Little steerings, because you gotta keep this shallow angle. Oh, too much, too much. We need the small angle so that we can still keep following the wide line.
Too much. It was too much, but somehow it worked.
Big yang requires a big yang to recover after. And it balances it out. See, it's all about the balance, getting the same value to match the trajectory, getting back on the line. It's literally mathematic. Like, you're this much degrees off, you do this and you do that, and then it gets you back on here.
Mm. Okay.
Good, keep this tempo, but this circle is driving. I think that the donut you're doing is a bit bigger. You're doing it well, it's just the donut is a bit bigger than like your maximum limits, and it drives over the curves and it can screw you over. So that means you need just a little bit bigger angle. So it tightens it up a little bit.
Okay, I'll try.
And of course, to keep that a bit bigger angle, it just requires a little bit, slight increase in the frequency of turning. Either it's up to your preference. Either a bit more input or the same input but more frequent. The
You
good
mean
thing is,
input by gap or by angle of turning?
so it's really the cool thing is that sometimes you have an option. It's like, do you want to use more steering or you want to use more throttle? But since we lock the throttle, here you do have an option. You either do same small input, but like you increase the frequency, or you just do way bigger input, but
My goal is to make as small inputs as possible, so
yes.
I will try to learn a lot of small ones.
Yeah. Send it saying, hey man, whole day practice on these tracks. I'm on Xbox Series. Send it. You gotta open your Assetto Corsa. The track is called Drift, and this is BMW E30 from Drift from Kunus. So it's the Kunus car, BMW E30 Drift, and I can eventually send you the setup for the car because I use a tune, so you can tune it to be the same. Because I know in the Xbox you cannot. I don't think you can put the setups in the Xbox. You don't have the documents folder and things like this. So yeah, I can essentially maybe post the in the Discord. In my Discord, I can post the tune of the car so that people can copycat it, or if they use platforms like Xbox, PlayStation, things like this.
Come on.
More. This is usually here where the problem starts. Yes, you
Mm.
don't turn enough on the when you pass. You do half a circle, and right here is where you stop turning, and that's why you drive over the.
Yeah, 3 times in a row. Crazy.
You gotta always remember. I know why this happens because even when I drive there, it's like when I
Yeah,
look at
because
it.
curb is ending.
Yeah, when you look, it's like you have more space to go out, and you keep
Mm.
going out, and then like, oh shit, like, but like, you realize the gap on the bottom is like I'm gonna drive over it and stuff, and
Mm.
it's almost like it fools you. It's like an illusion. So that's why I decided, you know what, I'm not gonna. Once I set the skid marks, I no longer follow these curves
Mhm.
because they can fool you up. So the best is like make your visual cues as guidance and just follow them. Skid marks turn, you turn. They'll never lie to you. Like now. Good. And if you see you're going too tight, just give it 1 second of pause and continue adding rotation. That will holding on the counter steer keeps you following the same line. So it's eventually just gonna go wider.
Mm.
Then you're gonna merge back in. Oh, don't worry, loop it. You could try the tight one if you want as well.
Mm.
No problem.
I will do that with purpose, not like, oh, I'm here, so let's go. Okay, so now I can try tight one. Too much. Okay, tight one. Mm-mm. Come on.
If things go wrong, always go a little bit out and just remerge back in. You gotta constantly remember here the frequency has to be too much. The moment you stop turning is the moment you straighten out. The moment you make big rotation like now, you'll stop turning, but that's actually the wrong move. You gotta keep turning because it's like reverse entry. The front starts coming back in. It's gonna straighten you out. You won't believe it until you see it. It's gonna be too late. Now turn more. It's gonna push you out. You'll see. Boom. Pretty much you want to stay in the turning zone. You'll barely be returning to the counter still when you go there. But you're also using 85, so...
Yeah, I heard that it's too much roughs.
Was the limiter was banging, and sometimes too much throw is too much. 80 is good. 80 is okay, but again, the smallest mistake on 80 can punish you. 85 is like the smallest mistake and is just almost like barely any recovery. 75 is very good, but you have to steer way more. Try it. Try now with this. Turn.
Yeah, but it's so gentle differences by 3%. It's sometimes I don't know.
You can't feel it. If you think I feel it, like especially with these spaghetti springs, I think I just feel my foot what I'm doing. So that's what I feel. More. Barely any counter steering. We don't want to whip the back a little bit by pointing the tires too much. So just a little bit. So exactly as you said before, you want to stay as close to the turning zone as possible to the left. There's that little wiggle that gives you... It's a very temporary gain of angle, a little gain of angle when you point the tires the opposite side like this. But it's enough to push the circle a little bit wider. And that screws you over because the car then wants to straighten out on you.
I think to last now.
This was only solvable by big correction, big turn early. Like now, yeah. Because it was very small angle. There's only a little bit left for you, honestly. It's just a small donut, you know, like you have absolutely zero problems with the big one. As far as you like follow the skid marks, the only problem is there's a little bit of consistency left, of course, but you're very close. Like I think we're like done with this bullshit. Like we're done with the steering only. It's
You
just
know,
a
we
small.
finished this week. We finished all gigs. I don't know how to say that right. And I will have much more time at weekends, like now. Normally we are somewhere, and now we can drive. So I think it will be much easier and better for me now to drive.
Yeah, you're almost done with the steering. This is very good. You have no idea how much time some people I've pushed for so long to do this, and it's very
You
hard.
know,
This is very
we
hard.
made it also so long, but it was like I was driving only with you once a week. Sometimes when we couldn't, once you couldn't, once I forgot about it that it's Friday, and I drive with you once in 2 weeks, and it was my only one driving on simulator. So that time is much longer that should be. But still I see progress with so rare lessons. So
This is good.
once I was, when I will have time now, I think that it will be much better.
It's the small donut mainly we gotta attack. The big one, if you're fresh, I know the big one is gonna be easy.
That yes. Do you stream that?
Yes.
Oh, okay, because I should rewatch that after that, because I have no idea where I am on that circle. Where
It's
where
just
is the car? Where
there's.
is the tire?
I'm watching and I'm barely speaking is because there's just barely anything to add. I've gave you everything. It's just the only thing when you do the big donut, you know the mistakes. The only reason you make the mistakes is simply because you're not fresh. And big donut, just tighten it up a little bit and follow your own skid marks rather than the curbs, and you have no problems whatsoever with it. It's only the now you're doing the middle, and now you're getting closer. Now you escape it
Oh,
again
this is
to the middle.
Okay.
Now you're in the middle, yes. Now
Okay,
you,
so
you
I have
increase
no
a little
idea
bit
because
more.
I see that red and white circle in front of me, and I don't know how far I am from that.
Oh yeah, especially in today's session, I explained this to one fella exactly what to look. So I'll tell you. The only thing left for you is the small donut.
So I'm on small or middle right now?
At the moment, you're in the middle.
On the middle?
Yes. Now you're going a little bit closer. Now you're next to the small donut. So the goal is to keep the same angle. How you know? So I'll show you something. I'll have to share the screen in a second.
Tell me when I can.
Yes, you could position the car next to the small donut with an angle so that I want you to position the car. Now, let me explain. Like you're in an angle, like you're just doing the donut. So let's put the epic pen so you can see what I'm gonna draw. Same thing I'm gonna explain again. When is this going to load? Oh, I'm so dead. Now, gotta imagine this is of course I can draw. Sometimes I wish your wife can draw for me. Now, you don't want to match. If you can position the car, put it a little bit reverse, only reverse and just a little bit of gas. And like the goal is to get it as close to the donut as possible with the tires sideways, whatever, so you can get the point.
What do you mean? Can you repeat because I don't.
Just get the car sideways next to the small donut, with an angle,
Sideways.
like you're doing the small donut, in the same
Okay.
position.
I'm
And,
doing
and
that by looking on your screen, so it
Yeah.
will be. On what now?
give to the right, turn to the
Yeah.
right, and give reverse, a little bit.
Reversed. Okay.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay.
Okay.
Turn the wheels to the right, so it's almost like you're sideways. Yeah, that's just to be able to make my point.
Yeah.
Now, so we're gonna cut from here. What does this tell us at the moment? This is your angle that cuts through here. This is too small. We don't want it to be too small, and we don't want it to be too big, that like you cut through the middle of the donut, which will be
Okay.
maybe something like, if your angle was like this, you would have cut through the middle of the donut. That's too big, so you'll be stepping very constantly. You'll be stepping over the small donut. What you actually want to do is you want to redirect your angle to be more like this. You cut half of the pizza. This is your pizza,
Right.
and you cut it through here. Now, you ask another question. Okay, but like I can barely see shit. So for this purpose, you're gonna go. You can actually, if you can keep the wheel the same, whatever, just a little bit of reverse, very little bit to get more angle, and stop. More, a little bit more, stop. Perfect. There's a little bit next to the center. Doesn't matter. The goal is to make a point.
I can make it a little bit further. Wait a second.
A little bit to the right. My bad. If
Right?
you can turn, yes, we need to be gently, a little bit, very gentle
but-
to the right. Give a little bit of gas to the right.
To the right. Okay.
Yes. Oh, stop. All right. So now it's up to me to make a miracle with the camera somehow.
Mhm.
Come on, please, for fuck's sake.
Okay. Maybe I will look
okay.
through my
right.
window.
Now, let's pretend we don't see the helmet. Now, what's the goal? So, you're here. What you see is the moment your front covers about this much, you know you're absolutely tired next to this. So,
Front cover, you mean hood?
yes.
Okay.
Because now you have some distance. You see this? I know this by visual memory. Don't ask me how. I know by visual memory. I drove for years on first person. So, oh, okay. Whoop. All right. So, your hood now covers about a little bit more than the middle. So the moment you cover this much, you're absolutely next to the donut, with like maybe a little bit left just so you could wiggle around it. Yeah, a little bit, just so it's like you give yourself room for mistake. That's good, because if you're right next to it, that can be a little cheaty when you go right next to it. It's like the tire bumps and you can just follow it in. It doesn't really climb. You could use this to your advantage, but you get the point. So when you come in, what I look for, in my head, I use my eyes and my head to imagine this. I cut through here and through here. So it's like I have a crosshair. Imagine that this were a little bit much to the right, if you can unwind to the left.
Well, what?
Yeah, so imagine that your left side, your left of the car, left front of the car, so I'm brain dead after all the session. This shit here, which is... Where the fuck am I? What I look on is this part of the car.
Mhm.
This part of the car, the edge. So when you come in to drive, this is my crosshair. Wait, let me... This is my crosshair. Look at the hood. We draw a flat line from the hood, if you know, you get the point. So hood is here. Ooh, this is your flat line of the hood. and this is the edge of the car. This is the edge of the car that drops. We're gonna try to do a better job because I'm shit at this. Come on. I'm sorry, I just can't draw. Bad at this.
And with shift, it's not straight after that? When you
No,
click
this
it?
is
Nope.
no,
Oh.
this is not Photoshop. But
Mm.
you get the point. Now this is where like the car's looking. So think of the car as a crosshair. The flat of the hood here on the front draws the flat line. This tells you, okay, I have this much proximity, this much that the hood can see. I'm super close. This much I have good angle because I am half donut away from the center of the circle. But if I get my car to be my front, the left side of the front to be here, now I'm too close. So that means I have big angle. Now this can still be okay depending what your inputs are and stuff. But if you go to the middle, now you better be very high on the throttle and you have to steer like a maniac. And one mistake and you spin out. So I like, even I myself, to make things easier for me because I'm lazy, I like to give myself the benefit of having some room for mistake, room for error. So I don't cross this much of the line, or maybe maximum this much, and I try to keep a little bit of this. Make sense?
You tell now about angle of the car, yes? About these lines and hood.
Yes. So
Okay.
what you can do is you can try to position the car within these lines. So you give left a lot,
A lot.
full left, and give a little bit of gas, and you position the car a little bit to the left, like this. But we need a bit more angle. That's why this happens. So in a nutshell, what you gotta be doing is when you're driving the donut, you will be looking like you gotta get the car aligned like this, bigger angle, and this you'll be able to see maybe this.
Okay, okay.
So you can see what angle you're kind of driving, and then you need more trigger's turn.
Okay, maybe let's do this.
The left
You know.
the left side needs to hover over the line.
Left side. Yeah, but it will be easier to make other line from here than me trying to drive looking at your screen because it's quite hard.
There's the full left or reverse now, and then you go a little bit right.
Yeah, but changing position, I think that's angle.
It's a bigger angle.
Something like that. Don't looking on your lines.
Yes. Yes, this is the angle kind of that you gotta go.
Okay,
Maybe a little bit bigger will work as well.
Bigger angle. Okay.
So, because now it's looking like this, you could pretty much safely without spinning out be also like this a little bit. That will be fine. So that's good.
Okay. Okay.
And when you point the tires the opposite side, this will tell you because the camera is gonna shift inside.
Yeah.
You will see kind of how it's gonna look visually when you drive around it. So you could give this a try and see how it's gonna work for you.
Okay. So I don't see middle of donut, and I'm aiming on the side. Let's see. I have to warm up tires a little bit because it will be too much for me with changing grip. Okay. 85, okay. too close.
You went in too fast. I go from the big one and I push very slow to basically feel the rotation myself. How much movement is how much, and turns how much, and then I make my way there. Because if you dive it, then you don't know what movements you gotta do.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I have to save myself.
So always go from the big one to the tight one. Merge slowly.
Okay, one more time because
It's gonna work better. Go very slow. Find what gets the job done.
okay. Again, too much. I feel like I'm driving hour and a half, not a half.
When you have less energy and you're sick and you're tired, it's everything
Yeah,
feels
I
like
have
double.
some shit in my lungs, so you know. Now I'm not coughing, but normally, I think I have to go to the doctor because it will prolong too much.
Probably. Send it. You have to select practice mode. There are different modes. You gotta select practice, and you can select how many minutes. You can select 60 minutes, whatever. You select the car, the track, and you'll be good, bro. Turn.
Turn? I thought I was too close.
Yes, but there's no real exit of the loop unless you let it spin you out, and then you get back in.
Okay.
Stepping over it is like almost a doom sentence. It's very stupid. It's you gotta treat it like the grass and the curb, full counter steer, and just wait, and it will still spin you out. Very good. That was very good.
Okay.
That was perfect. If you can hold it, it's not easy.
I cannot because I don't know what I'm doing for
Well,
now. I'm trying to feel something and understand something, and I'm not sure if I'm doing right. But when you say it's okay, I can try to.
Even for
copy
me,
that.
even for me, it was extremely hard to stay on this small circle. Just like you gotta find a pattern. It takes time, and I'm already way past this, but it's good to practice anytime because if that was uncomfortable for me, that's good. That means I've kind of forgot a little bit how to steer. So I go back to that today as well when I was showcasing, and it's actually very valuable. We're in the middle of the moment. Remember the hood, lock your eyes on the edge of the hood on the left, and you also see with peripheral vision, you see the front, how much closer you're on the donut and how much you gotta turn. You don't like basically when you go to the tight donut, the car will constantly try to snap you out and like lower the angle, this, that. Oh, so
I need few seconds because I can barely look on monitor.
take your time. Do you have eye drops? If your eyes are going dry,
No,
this is a
it's
big factor.
not. It's not about dry eyes. It's about head.
I also catched a cold like last few days, and it's being annoying. My nose was running and this and that, and now my nose is completely stuffed and I can't breathe.
Yeah, I can hear that.
It's very, very annoying.
Yeah, it's that's time of the year. Oh my god. And again, and maybe now. Okay. Hmm.
Just go to the big one and reset and like give yourself.
Hmm.
When things don't go their way, just don't panic, don't do big turn, just like small but frequent, just to stabilize the car, because you gotta feel, in order to not overcook and like spin it out again too much, you just gotta feel the rotation, how much you gotta rotate and so on. So doing a big turn is like, you just don't know how much you're gonna cut. That's the thing. You want to measure.
It's frustrating, yes. When things don't go their way, it's frustrating.
No. Yes, but I'm more exhausted than frustrated.
I'm barely watching as well.
I'm feeling like my brain won't work with me right now.
And I'm supposed to go out somehow, and I don't know if I will go out anywhere. Like, I'm dead. I think I underestimated how heavier 3 sessions in a row.
Mm.
This is okay. Oh, we went back to the middle. This has some significant distance, you know. Now we're a bit closer, but like, you gotta remember, you gotta just increase the pattern. Basically, increase the frequency. Oh, staying on the left is not a really good idea. Maybe only when you're like next to a small donut. But this is at the moment the challenge. There's nothing else. The middle is easy for you. Big one is easy. The small one is cancer. Small one is truly cancer with steering wheel. You think the big one was hard? Like, well, watch what happens with the small one. Once you get out of the steering, the goal is not to get out. The goal is to learn, because you will have to use this a lot. There will be moments where like throw is not gonna be enough. With modulations, I can be absolutely perfectly everywhere on the line and so on. But that's not the point. The one thing that's the same everywhere, in real life, in the game, in any car, is the goddamn steering. You steer the same goddamn way. It's just the car has different grip, different stuff, and that you overcome with the throttle. And you adapt the steering. But the steering is the same. You want to make bigger turn, car doesn't turn, you know what to do with the steering. Steering is the same goddamn thing. Like, it's that's the same skill that you know all kinds of different variations, like how to do this, that, blah blah. Okay. Oh, this will go wide maybe. Ah, I see you wanted to compensate with the steering.
Yeah. No, right now I'm doing kinda random things to save myself, because constancy isn't for now for me.
You can do the grass donut if you want. You got like 3 minutes.
I see how many mistakes I'm doing right now.
It's when you get tired, sometimes it's better to actually stop, because it can get very how to say. You when you practice, repeat the good pattern, it's one thing, but when you start repeating the bad pattern, that stays with you. It's something one strongman that said, I always finish my sets with the heaviest set. So because of the muscle memory, because that's what the brain remembers. So if you finish on a shitty pattern of driving with shitty techniques, that's not good. You got a shitty like that. I like to finish with like good stuff. So practice when I feel like I'm starting to get off. It's just not worth it. Rather us to go on a theory, whatever, keep the session a bit short, because it's not just it's counterproductive. You probably memorize the worst stuff from the session, if this makes sense. But so far, big one is good, middle is good. The only thing I see that's the main problem is the middle one. That's the frequency. So when you're fresh, I'm pretty sure I can like get the pattern. I can I'll plug the wheel. We're gonna drive it. I'll show you how I do it. Then you go and try to replicate this because visual memory is important. So right off the bat, the moment you see it and you've watched it, we go to this. I'm not gonna distract myself to show you other stuff. We're only gonna do this. We'll give you theory like live guides, and then like we go to the live showcase that I'll do it for you, and then you try to replicate and memorize the pattern and things.
Don't you have anything on YouTube already where I can look?
Yes, the steering one. You can watch the
Okay.
steering guide. How to Drift Journey number 4. But
Okay.
if I'm okay, hopefully not sick. I mean, I don't get sick. I catch colds for some goddamn reason. I don't even remember how I got it. It was only one day. But if I'm good mentally, whatever, I'll plug the wheel and I will show you. So I really need to get going for today, but it's only the small donuts, so do not worry. There's like you're almost there. Progress is we're chipping the tree slowly, little by little. It's almost there. It's the small donut left. So I'll have to go, and I will catch you in the next session.
Thank you. See you.
See you. Guys, it was a pleasure. I hope you learned something. I see that there's barely anybody watching, so whoever's watching, thank you for being here. I'm really dead and burned out. It's been a long day, and I will catch you guys next time. I hope this was very educational for you and that you learned something. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. Message in the Discord, and I will reply back when free, or some of our fellas that are way ahead advanced, they will help you out. So for now, guys, we'll see you in the next stream.